some hard truths. It is that borrowing and borrowing in order to spend what we have failed to earn is the surest path to ruination. The IMF agreement being negotiated is necessary to help us through the current crisis. But it is our own resolve to contain expenditure, eliminate waste and corruption, increase our earnings and our revenues that will secure the brighter future we all want for Jamaica. Although the economy experienced difficulties last year, we achieved significant success in tourism, where we enjoyed a modest increase in stopover arrivals despite the global recession, outperforming all other competing Caribbean destinations. Agriculture was another area of significant success with strong growth recorded last year. We will build on these successes in the new year. The tight fiscal constraints we will continue to face in the medium term mean that the private sector must be encouraged and facilitated to lead the way in expanding economic activity. This is as it should be, but it is now more crucial than ever. That is why reducing the rate of interest, not simply taxing it, is our strategic direction. That is why increasing further the flow of credit to micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises is our strategic direction, because they are the surest way to fast-start the economy and create jobs. That is why the start-up this year of a number of major investment projects on which we have been working diligently is also our strategic direction, because they will create vertical and horizontal linkages for local businesses to develop or expand. 2010, in many ways, will be a defining year. It will pose many challenges that we must be bold enough to confront and overcome. It will also provide opportunities that we must be alert enough to take advantage of. We are expecting the economy to return to a path of growth by the middle of the year, modest though it is likely to be, but a new beginning which we must accelerate. Recovery is one thing, but we must also tackle the development deficit that has plagued us for so long, for the many years of anemic growth. Developing our human resources is at the center of our long-term strategy, because no country can be developed unless its people are equipped with the education, training, and technology to drive its development. The Education Transformation Program is being accelerated, and several significant new initiatives have already been introduced. To succeed, however, it must be a joint effort, and parents and students themselves in particular must do more to support the learning process. The education of our children must be taken much more seriously. Crime is another major obstacle to development. The number of murders committed last year, while still less than the level of 2005, is way beyond what any stable society can tolerate. This year will also be a defining year for our security forces to demonstrate that they can apply the intelligence capability and all the available resources to defeat the criminal elements that are so effectively undermining our development. To demonstrate also their continued resolve to rid themselves of the criminals in uniform who are sabotaging their efforts to fight crime. They are assured of the support of the government. They must also be assured of the support of the people, individually and in their communities, because they can never succeed without that support, and they must conduct themselves in a manner that will encourage that support. Despite all of last year's troubles and trials, we must be mindful of those moments of greatness, and special mention must be made of the superb performance of our athletes in Berlin. They not only lifted our spirits, but they reminded us that we have it in us to be the best in the world, and that if we can do so well on the track, we can do as well in so many other areas. We must be thankful, too, that we experienced no major natural disaster last year. God knew that we had had enough in recent years, and we are thankful. Despite all our problems, we are still a God-blessed nation. We approach the new year with courage and confidence. Courage because we have been through tough times before, and we have never been intimidated by difficulties and challenges. Confidence because while we are not yet out of the woods, the light is beginning to pierce through the darkness. I wish for each of you success and good fortune in the new year. And I wish for Jamaica a year of peace, progress, and an advance to prosperity.
Now's the time for us to say Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
Felices Fiestas,
Ecuador,
Bon Vacances,
or
Happy Holidays.
I'm sure you're grateful for the time to let your hair down and do something that you enjoy.
Like visit the beautiful beaches of our island, or just eat some nice food like rice and peas and potato salad.
Right, foodie. But most of all, you should be grateful for the time you have to spend with your family and friends.
Yeah, show them love, show them kindness, and make them know you appreciate them.
You don't need money to do this.
Your very presence will say it all.
I agree. Reminisce on past achievements.
Think about the good times and what you can do to make the bad times better.
Remember when we used to sit in the living room and watch the black and white TV and tell dopey stories?
Remember when we used to teeth out Mama nice spoon and share to the little brother and sister?
Or for the younger ones, remember when we used to watch Dragon Ball Z and play video games all night long?
I bet you still do it, right?
For some though,
It's a time for religious reflections.
Whatever you do during this holiday period, make sure it is safe.
Make sure it's productive.
but most of all, make sure you have a plenitude of fun. You know, enough fun.
Happy Holidays, Jamaica, from the Jamaica Information Service.
Happy New Year, Happy New Year, may we all
Did you know that many South and Southeast Asian countries do not celebrate the New Year until April? Places like Punjab, Nepal, Bangladesh, and the Indian states of Orissa, Assam, and West Bengal all celebrate New Year around April 13 to 15, which marks the beginning of spring. FYI, in Nepal, people celebrate the New Year by going for picnics, having get-togethers, and generally socializing.
It's time now to hear from the leader of the opposition.
My fellow Jamaicans, as we begin yet another new year, and as we step tentatively, perhaps even haltingly, across the threshold of this calendar demarcation, no doubt, many of us are contemplating what lies in store for us this year. Evidently, for the vast majority of us Jamaicans, the anticipation which traditionally greets the dawning of a new year has been tempered by the prevailing economic challenges which face the world and Jamaicans in particular. Notwithstanding the mounting difficulties that the average Jamaican family is enduring, today is, in fact, the start of a new year. Every new year marks an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. As a people, we could choose to continue to expend valuable time and energy looking back and apportioning blame. That, however, will achieve very little in terms of advancing our development. So then, let us seize this new day, in this new month, in this new year and new